Yo, 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 welcome to another edition of Pendragon Poetry. It's now January 2024, and that is some dodgy 60s film about the Battle of the Teutoburg of old, Massacre in the Black Forest. These are soon to be composed stanzas of Axis and Allies, which I am back on again, full, well, pell-mell. Like, it's going to be regular. I'm going to try and finish it this year. So, over the next 16 days or so, I hope to compose 2 stanzas every day. So they're almost finished with the study. You know, each one has, you know, both sides notes. So the actual factual content is there. Bernard Montgomery in Palestine. Some university town in Germany where all the Nazis are singing. Von Ribbentrop with Hitler meeting him for the first time. The invention of the Spitfire. Airship Zeppelin over Pendle Hill. So it's all from like 1931, and then I've got a full canto on the Berlin Olympics. It says BO in the corner. BO, which means Berlin Olympics, not like bodily orders. Okay, so this next little stint, what I'll probably do, I write up the notes. They'll go through one more process where the notes will enter a blank page of a notebook, and then the other blank page I'll actually compose on a walk, like I did 2 today. Here we are. I did 2 today. I think I've still got. There, look at that. Right, so they're the notes into 3 sections, and that's the actual composition. And I haven't finished the last 5 lines of that one, whereas in earlier ones I have. No, that's a full one. Anyway, so that is how you compose. Well, I compose Axis and Allies. It goes through several levels. The initial note, you know, well, the initial idea of what the subject's going to be about, and then I start chucking factual information at it. And now we've reached this stage, because over the next 2 weeks all these will be finished. You know, I mean, this is serious work. People are like, what do poets do? It's like, what do we not do? It's hard fucking work, trust me. For little sort of monetary reward, however, that's not the reason why we do it. What they say, there's no money in poetry, but then again, there's no poetry in money. Every fucker else can earn the money. I'm here to create, you know, monolithic testaments to the beauty of the English language, and, you know, carry on the tradition of, you know, what established by Homer and continue through Dante. Like they're the main boys. I think I'm third. I think it's Homer, Dante, me. But that's for the rest of the society to figure out. Right, so where were we? Right, let's put some cute words in. Now here is this like that dictionary crossword thing. Now I'm just going to open it at random. This is where I like to let the muses do it. Find a word that I've never seen before. Parastiosis. Now, what the fuck's parastiosis? Let's see if we can put that in one of my stanzas. Parastiosis. I mean, it sounds good. So I know what I've got. I know the subject for all these stanzas. So the idea is, I'll find out the meaning of this word, and then hopefully I'll be able to stitch it into one of these narratives. If my phone's decided to start playing up, oh, there we go. Now you guys have turned up, whoever you guys are. Parastiosis. Oh, that's right, I was on Amazon. That's not what I want. Parastiosis, fucking hell. It probably don't even know what it is. It's not one of the most common names I've ever heard. Parastiosis. Delusions of parasitosis. It's a different spelling here. Parasitosis is a fixed false belief that the patient has an infection with an organism such as parasites or other non-visible. So it's like delusion of parasites. So it's pretty much a different word. Parasitosis. Right, okay, so parasitosis. See, immediately, that's sort of like the Nazi, you know, what they thought the Jews were. They thought the Jews were parasites. And they weren't really, they're just human beings. So I think that's quite a good one. So let's get some sort of anti-Jewish. Berlin Olympics, no, because Berlin Olympics they cleaned up the sort of they pretended they were nice to. I think radio Nazification via the radio is probably the best one because that's like the propaganda. Parasitosis. So when you come to that, read that in the future, wherever you are in the future, that's why that word's there. Right. Okay. That's what I do with the. Now we've also got the double shorter English dictionary. It's not even that short because there's fucking two of them. Right. So let's open another one around. Countermeasure. A wall raised within another wall for additional defence or to assist the besiegers. The besiegers. Oh yeah, so the wall goes on the outside to do. Anyway, countermeasure. Like mura is wall, I think. Like, you know, you've got mural, like it's on a wall. So countermeasure, it's an extra level of defence. Spitfire. Now there's the. Yeah, and it's a nice little word that as well. Countermeasure. Give me some good rhymes. Pure. Endure. That's a good rhyme. I'll put that in. Endure. Countermeasure. So you can imagine the Spitfire as being a countermeasure to sort of like Britain in the wake of the Nazi threat. Shorter English Dictionary 2. This is from N to Z. Narcotize. Narcotize. To drug or render insensible with a narcotic. Now if you think about it, Nazification was a narcotic. It's sort of like it's sort of brainwashing. So that's good. And then you've got the narcotize, the Nazification, narcotize. You've got the nuns. So it's a drug. Narcotize. That's quite a nice word, that, isn't it? Put that one there. This one's called the Nazi faith, this one, so we'll put it in there. Narcotize. See, I've already written a lot of stuff already, but I'm filling in the gaps. I'm not adding more stuff in extra layer. You can't beat the extra layer. Right, okay, so let's go through these and my notes, where bits from everywhere goes, I write them up. And then I'll pull a sheet out at random. You can see that there's things already crossed out, so because they've already been used. Right, let's see what at random. No need to count change, no tipping. I don't know what that says. Oh, this is what Germany was like. No, right, okay. No litter baskets, but there's no litter on the roads. So, litterless, that's a nice word, is that? So we'll go litterless. Litterless society, like a litterless lanes. There's the litterless lanes. It comes across the, you know. And it, I don't exactly say there's no baskets or roads, but right, there we go. There's no hawkers or beggars. Faces shine with soap and water. Quite like that. I've got these girls, young Nazi girls. I think they're after 36 actually. So they're like, you know, they sort of exude sort of like vernal, you know, virginal youth. Faces. That'll be good. But we've also got Berlin Olympics opening day. Yeah, there we go. We'll put it in there. Opening day. Everyone's face is shining with soap and water. You know, I can imagine all these 100,000 Germans. Right, I don't want to overdo it. So what this is, imagine I'm cooking up a big curry or something. This is the, adding a bit of spice. into it. But you know, it's all this still has to go through the creative furnace of composition. You know, which is like today. If I go for example today, this morning I set up the 2 stanzas. I think I also had half of a stanza left to compose anyway. Then I went to Shishkin. Because I went to the physio at Shishkin. I had a bit of a sore shoulder, but she's like, "Oh, Demo, it's just you just sort of strong as you write. You want to do some training?" Oh, fuck's sake. Back to anyway, blah blah blah. So and then I come out of the physio, and then I set off walking for like an hour and a bit from Shishkin towards Gronick, and then on that walk, such a beautiful walk, and then I did my composition. Right, okay, right, gotta have some, now this is a good one, I like this one. The Oxford Dictionary of Quotations. Now there's always something in there, something wise, there's always something wise in here, or some good poetry. Right, let's have a look. That's from French. Why am I reading French? Maurice de Maeterlinck, Comte de Mirabeau. Why am I reading French? I never. That's fucking rude. That's the problem about the French. They don't even have an epic poem. They've got a song de Roland, Le Chanson de Roland. It's alright, it's not even that big. The French lack an epic. Edith Wharton. Mrs. Ballinger is one of the ladies who pursue culture in bands as though it were dangerous to meet it alone. I'm not getting anything from that. Edward Noyes Westcott. They say a reasonable amount of fleas is good for a dog. Keep him brooding over being a dog. No. Go find something. William Whewell. And so no force, however great, can stretch a... No. There's nothing in here, is there? On that one. I mean, that's Whitman. We'll find something. William Henry Vanderbilt. The public be damned. The public be damned. Yeah. That Hitler with Jesse Owens. When Jesse Owens wins, Hitler's like. Up till then, I think he wasn't. I think he was the first black goal winner. Up till then, he was inviting the winners, especially the German winners, into the box. The first black winner wins, and then Hitler just fucks off. So I think that's a good one. The public be damned. Because Hitler was just so egotistical, like it was crazy. Right, poetry 180. These are some American poets. So how many minutes are we doing that for? Right, I tell you what, we don't need to do that. We won't be here forever. We'll pick one William Shakespeare line. Don't want to go in the middle. Right, the tragedy of King Lear. Let's have a look. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. That's quite like that. Preeminence and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Preeminence and all the large... I mean, I don't mind putting an occasional lifting something from Shakespeare completely. Preeminence and all the large effects of majesty. That troop with majesty. Berlin cleaned, we'll put it in there. Preeminence. Because it was quite magisterial what they actually did to Berlin. They created an Olympic city. Preeminence and all the large effects. That pretty much sums it up. That troop with majesty. Hitler, not just Hitler, sort of Nazi. The Nazi ideal became like regality. So, right, there we go. We're getting there. I will be doing this until July. I did the maths the other day. I've got till July to write this. For the 2 a day, maybe before, just in time for the Fringe, where I'm going with Mood for. It's going to be fucking huge. I'm going to be like a great old geezer, Damo Brogdon. But until then, I'm writing Axis and Allies, which I assure you will be the greatest poem in the English language. I'm convinced. Just because, not because I'm writing it, just because it bloody is. And yeah, it's so gorgeous. And it's because the Second World War is now almost out of living memory. It's completely out of living memory. And when I first started writing it in like 1999, 2000, 2001, I remember talking to people like my grandma and stuff. She remembers being in the Blitz as a teenager. And I remember talking to Cliff down Woodtop. I was in, old folks' place. He got caught at he was in the rear guard at Dunkirk and spent 5 years in the POW camp. And these people are gone. And it's 2004 now. An 18-year-old who went to D-Day would have been born in 1926-ish, which makes him 98 now. 98. There'll be a few in the next 10 years. They'll all go boom, 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 boom. So we won't have any soldiers left from World War II. Then it's out of living memory, pretty much. You might have some teenagers, but it's literally it's going. So when I started writing it 20 years ago, maybe it wasn't quite as the impact weren't there because the World War II will still live with it. However, once it's out of living memory, my poem is going to be a living memory of World War II. Like, it's going to be good because these stanzas have life. I'm putting and injecting so much life into these triptychs. Every little word, little nuance here and there will just bring things to life. It's quite refined art is poetry, especially epic poetry. It's like cinema of the mind. Huge narratives, and you're tapping into the soul of humanity. So anyway, let's put these Romans on. I think I'll do. I'm gonna have a coffee. What's happening with these Romans? Il massacre della foresta. No, Nero, I think it was saying. I've been there actually. Been to the Tuborg of old, to the museum where they thought the battle was, because they found loads of like Roman remains. Anyway, so there we go. How to make an epic poem. We'll finish with the last shot on the swastika for dramatic effect. Look at that. Fuck the Nazis, they were right dicks. Still are.